Hey there, ladies. It's Krista Smith here from ActivatorAwesome.com. And today I am here with a tutorial that I'm going to show you how to create these really cool scrolling carousels that people are using on Instagram. And when you go from one to the next, it looks like they're connected. So it's a little bit hard to see on the screen, but you can see the arrow starts here and it finishes over here. And basically it looks like it's just one great big continuation. So it's a lovely way to bring people into an experience and help educate them. So I want to show you how to do this. You are going to go to your Canva account, and you're going to create a new design. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to use 1500 pixels as my base measurement because it makes it easier to do the math as you're trying to break this down. So you're going to go down to custom size, and I am going to create one. In this case, I'm going to do one that's a 5-story long. So I want it to be 7500 pixels in width, but 1500 pixels in depth, because that 5 times 1500 is 7500. Create new design. Now, the first thing that I typically do is I add a rectangle or a square, and I'm just going to press the R letter, and that's going to put a square here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to resize this so that it is exactly 1500 by 1500. And there it is. Okay, so there's the first step. Now, if I duplicate this, so all I'm doing is holding down Option and then left click and dragging it, that's going to duplicate it. And I'm going to duplicate this 5 times. And this is going to tell me where my squares would be. Okay, so now what I typically do is I am going to change the color of 2 of them. This just makes it easier for me to see things. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead into each of these and I'm going to change the transparency down pretty low so that it makes it way easier to see what's going on in the background. I wish you could do this all at once, but they make you do it individually. Okay, so now I can kind of see where my squares are. So this is kind of can help me envision what it's going to look like when it's on Instagram. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into elements and I'm just going to look for blobs, for a lack of a better word. And you can take any of the blobs that show up here and use them. So let's just take this over. And then if I make this like crazy big, you can see that this one actually spans 3. So then I can go in here and I can change these to my own brand colors really easily here. Maybe make this one light pink and this one, I'll go to that color. Okay, so there is first step done. Now let's go in. Look, there's some other ones down here that might look really cool too. Let's take this one in and maybe put it up here. Make it go over those 3. So again, I'm going to go into, nope, that one's actually not going to work because I can't change the colors in that one. So no, but how about this one? Yes, this one lets me change the colors. So I didn't have the colors up there, so you have to make sure that you've got ones that actually do have your colors. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and change these out for different colors. Okay, and then maybe you want to add little, let's do dots. So crazy easy to just bring in some little dots and add these. So you can add as many things basically as you want. You just want to kind of make this beautiful. Okay, so I have added some details. Now I'm going to go back into elements and I'm going to go in, I'm going to close this and I'm going to look for frames down here. So let's bring in some frames. So let's start with maybe like a circle frame in this first one. Okay, so maybe this is going to be the first one. And I am going to have it here. And then maybe what I want to do is then look for an arrow because I want to kind of join the things together. So let's look for an arrow and let's just use, what do we got here? How about this one? Okay, and I can make it a little bit. So this, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to position this in the back of that frame. There we go. So now when you go from this to this, it kind of looks like you're going. And then I am going to go back to my elements. I'm going to look for another frame. Maybe we'll add this frame next. And maybe I'll make it smaller, and it's going to be like up there like that. And it's going to spread those two. And then you can see how this works, right? Like super easy to do this. And then maybe I will also add another frame here, like so. And then this last one I'm going to imagine maybe is just going to be all text. So maybe I want to add another like blob element to that one. Oh, this might be cool. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to maybe add your text if you wanted to add text to any of these. So what you can do is you can zoom in, super easy. And then you can add any kind of text that you want. So maybe I want to add text in this particular block here, right? So in this block, this is where I want to add some text. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go in and maybe I'll just add this. Okay. And then in this one, I have a little picture that's showing up in half, but maybe I also want to put like a bigger message here. So this is where I'm going to add maybe, this is where I would add a longer piece of text. And then maybe in this one, we want just something kind of scripty and fun. One really great one, so this is one of my own fonts that I have in here, but a really great free Canva font that I love is Moontime. I love this script font. It's free in Canva, and I think it's really cool and pretty. So you put something here. Okay. And then this is your last one, and this is probably the one where you're going to have the most amount of text. Where did it go to? Right there. So let's make this like pretty big. Call to action. Okie dokie. So in order to make this show up, what I might want to do is I actually might want to change the transparency of the images that are in the background, just so that this all really pops and comes through. So I could do that. All right, now I can zoom out and I can get rid of those transparent backgrounds that we had. All right. So now we have this as one. Let's just add some photos in here. So if I just go into my folders, so I have Canva for Pro here. So it's really easy for me to be able to access my headshots because I can organize them in folders. It's one of the reasons why I like doing this. So let's just see what we have here that I could use. Let's put this one in here, and let's put this one in here. And then maybe I'll go for, I don't know, maybe this one in here. I want to change where that's at. Bring it down some. There, I kind of like that. That looks great. Okay, so next step. Once I have all the text on and I'm happy, I'm ready to go, I'm going to download it. And I'm just going to download it as a PNG as is. And now what we have to do is we have to cut it into 5 equal squares. I'm going to use a free tool to crop this into 5 exact squares, and it's called postcon.com/image splitter. I'm going to link it in the video so that you also have access to it. But basically what you do is you're going to want to take your image that you have just downloaded, so it looks like this, and you're just going to drop it in here. Okay, now you have to change this. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to number of columns of 5 and number of rows 1. And then all we need to do is resize this little thing here because this is going to crop it perfectly into 5. And then all you need to do, I'm going to get rid of that little X, is go split image. And download the image. It's going to download it as a zip folder. And then you can just open it. And you have 5 different images that you can use. So here is the first one, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And when you share this, it's going to look like one great big long carousel that's never ending. Really cool. You can use this for if you wanted to do a series of 3, if you wanted to do a series of 2. I just find the measurement of using 1500 pixels makes it a whole lot easier because it's really easy for our brains to do that kind of math. So if you want 2, it's going to be 3000 pixels. If you want 3, it's going to be 4500 pixels. If you want 4, it's going to be 6000 pixels, and 5 would be 7500 pixels. Crazy easy. Can't wait to see what you do. Also going to get some templates and make sure I get them up in my Canva template shop so that you can purchase these if you want to have them already done for you, so that all you have to do is add in your text and add in your own photos and your brand colors and you're ready to go. I'll make sure I link to that below the video when I get them live in the shop. Have a great day. Cheers.